Hi guys, I want to share with you the technique that I use, that I found more adequate for this type of style, and after a lot of practice I found this particular trick to increase the consistency in the repetition, always in the same techniques, and this is equal to more consistency in the shots. Well, first of all, I show you how I hold the pouch. I hold the pouch like this, no vertically on the side of the pouch, no vertical, with a little angle like that. And when I go in the position, the wrist will stay straight, with no stress to the wrist, and for this reason the release is more natural, right? Well, first trick, first secret is I hold like a lot of people in this style. I hook the bands on my ringer finger, these three fingers, and after you just put the bands wherever you want, and open your fingers, and you have it. You stay in the position. This is good to start like this, to cut the bands for this position, for one reason. In the end of the life of the bands lose a little bit of power, and if you want to have some power again, the power back, to have more power in the end of the life, you just, instead of hook the bands on your ring finger, put your pinky. Like this you will stretch a little farther the band, and this will give you a little bit more power in the end of the life of the band. And you start like this, you finish like that. This is the first secret, to have always the same reference point without to have to rise the shot, to rise the aim. The second thing is, well, if you use bands is one thing, if you use tube is another. If you use tubes, if you don't stretch in the beginning of the movement, sometimes the tubes, they can move away, and this to prevent this, you have to stretch a little bit the bands, or in this case the tubes, before start opening the fingers. But if you use band, remember this: if you stretch a little bit the bands before start opening your finger, making your fork, if you stretch a little bit, what will you do? You will stretch this section of the band, making the gap between the pouch and your index fingers a little longer, and this will not give you less power, but this will be tricky, because you will have to stretch always in the same way the bands, to have always, in every shot, in every repetition, the same amount of power, to have the same reference point, to have the same zero, right? If you do so, if you can repeat always the same stretch, go for it. But if you want something, a little trick on my side that I found that with this trick I'm able to repeat with more consistency the position, and this give me more consistency in my shot. I do like this. I don't stretch the band. Stay in position. Don't stretch it. Feel the band where you want. In my case, a little under my knuckle here. I put in the center of my thumb. There you go. You stretch. And now you stretch. Now you open. Doing so, the bands, because it's rubber, will stick on your thumb and your index finger. It won't move. It won't move again. I don't have tension in this finger. These bands, this part of the band, this section of the band is not pulling my fingers like this. Why? Because I put a position, I feel it, and now I open it. It won't move. Look, if you want a little trick, if you want to prove, you put the fingers like that, open your fingers. Stay in position. Look, do you see? I can move this finger. There is no tension. Because these bands are stick in these fingers. The bands are stick in these fingers. This is the technique to have always the same amount of power, amount of tension in the band, and more consistency. You stay like this, don't pull it, feel it just. Put the band in position, open, and pull it. I will have always the same amount of power, and doing so, when I will aim my case on top of my band, I will have always more or less, because always is not always sure, but most of the cases I will have always the same aiming point with the same tension the band. No? It's like it would be a normal slingshot with a normal fork. Remember, don't pull with bands. With tubes is another question. Stay like that, feel it, it's in position. From here, when it's in contact with your skin, it won't move. It won't move because it's rubber. Okay, I'm in position, I'm right, there's no tension here, there you go. You open. And I wanted to share with you this little trick, and to have more consistency with tension, and this is equal to more consistency in your shot with this particular type of style of frameless shooting. And I hope that it will be helpful. And okay, guys, take care, keep shooting. Thank you. All right, this is 1 inch and 1/4, and frameless. If you try to follow that technique, you will see a big improvement and the more consistency. Thank you, guys, and take care. Keep shooting. Alright, 10 shots to a card with bareback, and you can see almost is all in the center. There we go. All here, beside one here, all in this little section. With bareback. Not bad, huh? Go for it. With these ones, we are 20 shots, 20 hits, and